Now I will be making a forecast for the retrograde. Okay, so this is for the entire period of retrograde, which is from July 24th until September 19th. That includes the pre-shadow and post-shadow phases. Okay, which are the intensified phases will be around August 12th until September 4th. So yeah, it's gonna be like a little bit longer miscommunications and arguments and everything else, and just try to hold down your temper because not all signs are actually very affected. 4 signs will be a little bit not really exempted, but you are more open-minded and more cool among the rest of the signs that will be very much affected, and the retrograde will go direct to their planet. So anyway, so in this forecast I will be using the relationship right now, the hurt feelings, and where do we go from here. Now I will be using a new deck that was given to me as a gift by a special friend that I met in Singapore. So this is called the After Tarot. Okay, now this is different from the usual tarot cards, which is from the normal Rider-Waite. You can see that they are different, like this Hermit, and this is more likely in the Nine of Swords. If you can remember that it's the woman who's crying, so afraid. But in this card, this woman right now is already fighting for her demons, and well, this is a guy, sorry. So this guy is already fighting for his demons and fears, and he is now ready to conquer his fears and his nightmares. Okay, so anyway, I hope that you'll enjoy my forecast, and I will still be uploading my weekly forecast. Hi Sag, welcome to your retrograde forecast. Now let's take a look what's going to come your way, and this is for July 24th until September 19th. Okay, that's the entire period of retrograde, including the pre-shadow, post-shadow phases, and intensified phase. Alright, let's take a look. What is the current state of your relationship? Okay. I don't see anything wrong in your relationship right now. It's just that I feel like there are some family issues, like your mother and father. Okay. I feel like they are pressuring you. Something about finances, and you're kind of stuck right now because you don't know what to do. It seems like your partner and your family isn't really getting along. So anyway, let's take a look. What is hurting your relationship? Or how do you really hurt each other? You have a very strong relationship. It's just that you just need to whisk it off your mind, you know, this lover thing. Cheating is not always an option, especially if you feel deprived or not really being given enough attention or neglected in a relationship. If your partner is too busy, then find a way on how to balance. Okay? That flip, let's take a look. Oh, that's a lot of cards. There's our 6 cards that actually flip. Be careful when it comes to your house. There is a danger in, well, not really danger, but there is a warning, or there is something that you need to pay attention to when it comes to your domestic issues or house, or possessions around the house, or things that you have to repair. Changes are about to come, and something is about to go into transition, or something is about to go over. Something that is actually faded, and you already know about this. You need to listen to your instinct. Okay? If you have a house, or if you have a property or possession that you are not really tendering right now, it seems like someone is taking over it, and this might just slip off your hands. Okay? Plus, there's also somebody who's been doing something behind you that if you're not fully aware, or if you are trusting somebody over a property or possession, that person might take over without you knowing, and right before you know it, you're gonna lose it. But anyway, there will be some changes when it comes to your home environment or work environment. Okay? Alright, let's take a look. Where do you go from here? Alright, let's put this down first. Okay. 3 clarification cards for you, Sag. Okay, in your current relationship right now, you're kind of afraid. Okay, there are a lot of things that you're a little bit adamant, but you just need to find the courage, and don't try to keep secrets. Okay, especially if there is something that you need to relate to your partner, if there is something that you need to tell the truth. And I feel like your family, your biological family, is kind of, it seems like there's a strong need for money, and you're afraid that your partner won't actually understand you, because there are 2 clashing mountains that you're right in between, and you feel stuck, you feel stagnated, and you feel like you can't really do anything right now, especially if you've been relying on your partner. Okay? Now, as for your family issues, there are a lot of things that you need to consider, but you already have your own instinct. Okay, that there are a lot of talks, there are a lot of things that you need to talk about, and there are a lot of problems or outstanding issues that you need to settle right before everything could actually, just crash down and blow things out of proportion. Walling up against each other. You're putting your wall up, your partner's putting your wall up, or their wall up, and then you're gonna hide, and then you're gonna sneak, play detective. The other person is also being a little bit doubtful and suspecting, and then both of you are just playing tags, and you are both thinking about what each other is doing. So I feel like at this point, what you need is proper guidance and proper trust towards each other. Because it seems like there are a lot of things that have already happened in the past, and trust is something that is a very big subject here. Okay? Now, there are also some Sagittarius who's kind of thinking of divorcing their partner, or divorcing their their current loved one right now, especially if you're with an air sign. Now, you're already struggling, and you feel like you just can't really get through it anymore. So this is for the other Sagittarians who is kind of thinking or contemplating into a divorce. Okay, especially if your relationship has been really rocky, and there are a lot of financial issues that's been at stake for the past few days, few weeks, and few months. Now, what really hurts your relationship? What is causing the rift? Okay? Now, you see, your partner feels like you always have that deep entanglement with somebody. And this is where the insecurity is coming from. Either it's a family, friend, or an old lover or an ex. It seems like, your partner is kind of always thinking that you're still in touch with somebody. And that, this is where the lack of trust comes from. But your partner really loves you. And hoping for things to really change, hoping for things to regain its balance and go back to its normal state. While you, on the other hand, you're happy. But the only thing here is sometimes you don't really understand each other. So there are some communication gaps and miscommunications that keeps on jumping back and forth. That you, like when you say something, your partner doesn't really understand exactly what you mean. So sometimes you kind of missed on things, and this is where the argument is coming from. Plus, there's always somebody from the past that's always been clinging on to you, and your partner could actually feel this from you as well. So both of you are just hurt by that inkling feeling that there is somebody from both ends. Okay, you're thinking that your partner has somebody else at this point, and your partner also thinks or feels that you're still communicating with that person from the past, especially if you have a fire sign X. Okay, but you have a very strong relationship, and there's always an opportunity, and you always make sure that the two of you at the end of the day will be the one who will always have each other's backs. So there are some testing moments that the two of you, your fates will be tested and will be tried out, but it seems like both of you always worked on your relationship. It's just that I feel like it's your communications. You're not really good in communications. You're not really good in talking. You're not really good when it comes to expressing your thoughts, expressing your emotions, expressing whatever that's inside of you. That you always put out the wrong words, even though that's not what you really mean. Because you're not really good in that. While your partner is kind of more eloquent and more expressive and more diplomatic in some way. Okay? But I feel like even though there are a lot of burdens right now, that's been going on, and there are a lot of people who's been like shrouding your relationship and your lives, especially if you do have some, mutual properties, assets, or businesses. There are a lot of people who's been envious of you and will also try to bring you down, the two of you, or will try to deter you. Now, where do you go from here? It seems like there is a balance that needs to be restored, and there is also something that you need to, weigh up and down. There is a new beginning that's about to open and that's about to come, but right before that happens, there are a lot of tricks and there are a lot of, happenings that is not really necessary for it to occur, but it's been there, it's going on. Not to mention that your partner is also having an issue with an air sign mother figure woman around you, which is, I feel like this is your mother. Okay, and your partner is very intuitive, and your partner could actually feel, see, and always know what's the exact thing that's been going on, even though you're not saying anything. Plus, there's also an influence of a fire sign who is kind of shaking your world right now. Okay? But this is all really up to you. What you actually need and where do you really go from here is that you need to move on from something that only hurts you and creates toxicity in your life. You hold your wand, and you are the one who only knows what to do, and you can get out of this mess. You don't really have to let yourself be affected by this person and this person, because you don't really need them. Okay? At the end of the day, even if other people will be influencing you, telling you what to do, passing their own opinion, you should, the bottom line of that is that this is your decision and this is your life. That you can take their opinions or their advices as an influence, but not really as your own and main decision that you're going to be acting on it. Because this relationship is all about the two of you. Okay? And not them. So you should just concentrate on what is much better for your own future together, and not for the betterment of what other people would judge you and how they see you. Okay? So you need to be more strong-headed than this, and you need to have more faith in your partner and in your relationship. Now let's take a look at your health and love advice. Alright, let's take a look at your health. Now, Sagittarius, and overall, I feel like it's only your family and other people that's been affecting your relationship. But, you yourself alone, there's just like lack of communications and understanding. That's the main thing that I can see here that's more of an issue. For Sagittarians who's been smoking, you need to look for an alternative to stop. Because you need to think long and hard about your lungs, especially for next month. Eye and lung problems and blood related problems, it might occur during this month. Asthma and it's more of lung hypertension. If you're aware of the pH, that you'll feel so heavy and you can't even breathe. That sometimes it's like you're suffocating. Okay, so there are two. One is asthma and one is lung hypertension. Plus, I feel like you also need to tend to your, you need to look after your bones, and I feel like you need to go to your OB-GYN for your breast check. I also feel like it's much better for you to be around more healthy people that will be giving you more sound advice and words of wisdom. Also, be careful with colds and flus during this month, and be careful in walking barefooted because you might trip into something that might have a cut in your left foot. Okay, you also need to rehydrate and try to eat more shell seafood during this whole period of time. And your immune system is also something that you need to look after too. Try go on running, jogging, or walking in the morning and get more sun in your skin. And again, about the smoking, look for an alternative because you need to stop smoking. Let's take a look at your love advice. Your relationship is worth it, but I feel like in the sex department, that is where you're really lacking and slacking off. You do have a past life connection with your partner right now, so it means to say that you really belong together or that you are meant to be together. Now, this is somebody that you've been waiting for, but you need to move to a new location, or it's time for you to think about relocating, okay? Your chemistry or your connection altogether will become even more stronger because you'll be working hand in hand as a team to get over this problem that you're currently going through. Okay, and if you're thinking about divorce, wait for the retrograde to be over and then think things over again. Okay, you just need to flirt around. You just need to be a little bit more loving and sweet towards each other because you are each other's true love. That's a good thing. So anyway, that's it for you for this forecast. For this forecast, Sagittarius. If you want to have your own personalized readings, pre-recorded video readings, just go and visit me at my website. There's the tarot card reading page. Right after making the payment, there's a form that you need to sign and fill up. Please complete it along with your complete birthday and with your photographs, okay? And so that I can process your reading right away. And if you want to talk to me live on the phone, you can talk to me from 7 p.m. till 12 midnight and until 3 a.m. Okay, EST. Except for except for Fridays or Mondays. All right. So if ever that I'm not around, there are some other good readers there and experts that can give you and share you their insights and advices. All right. Just go and visit me at my website at sophiaangel.net. Blessings to you.